Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.
Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host. Welcome. Folks, most of you are aware that in order for us to RV, we must have gold. Gold will back all of the currencies in the world, and of course, the currencies that we hold. No gold, no RV, no matter what anyone says about it. We are noticing movement with gold. Many of you are aware and have been paying attention that gold is continuously reaching its all-time high. Goldilocks is sharing some information today regarding gold and the movement of it, which shows the direction that we're going in. Gold will set us free. Let's jump into it. The BRICS nations actually is very important, and you all are aware of that. And the potential impact of a new BRICS currency on the US dollar does remain uncertain, Goldilocks is sharing. And experts are debating the potential challenge to the US dollar. However, if a new BRICS currency was to stabilize against the dollar, it could weaken the power of the US sanctions, leading to a further decline in the actual US dollar's value. But don't be alarmed, because gold will come save the day. As the BRICS nations continue to gain more members inside its alliance, and the United States continues to utilize its power through a world reserve currency, which is the US dollar, putting sanctions on different countries, the shift in power and transition of wealth will soon affect the US dollar as more countries begin to turn their attention towards the BRICS nations away from the US dollar, and also those countries turning their attention to their own currencies. Yes, the currencies that many of us hold. Key potential impacts of BRICS on the global economy is the de-dollarization, meaning many countries that are ditching the US dollar for their own currencies. Also, the benefits of the BRICS growing is the growth of the economies of each BRICS nation, increased trade amongst the BRICS nations, alternative financial solutions away from the US dollar, and also geopolitical or international political influence will shift, the power shift away from the U.S. And of course, here in the U.S., many would think this is a problem. Actually, it's a solution. Because this is where the leveling of the playing field will come into play, ladies and gentlemen. Because the U.S. dollar has been, as I call, the bully pulpit for all countries around the world. That's why their currencies have been grossly devalued for so long. That's why we are waiting for a revalue of those currencies. As a collective economic force, Goldilocks is sharing, BRICS could exert itself with greater influence on international policy and decision making. These global impacts will create new demands on the local currencies that have not seen the light of day in a long time, just like the Iraqi dinar, and Vietnamese dong. Because of the US dollar being utilized all over the world as the world reserve currency, the dinar and the dong and many other currencies were actually second-class citizens in the global economy. The demands for currencies, their values will begin to increase and strengthen, and their support will continue to grow, and their ability to grow in the global environment around the world. As we share, Goldilocks is sharing about gold, and this is where you must understand and know. Without gold, there will be no RV. There was a meeting recently by the U.S. Treasury Borrowing Advisory Committee where they explored the topic of tokenizing U.S. Treasuries. What is that? That means utilizing precious metals and assets behind the U.S. Treasury Department. So that means our U.S. dollar. They discussed in this recent meeting the impact of stablecoins on the demand for treasuries, concluding the effect of it. To give you an idea, Goldilocks is sharing what kind of task is involved in tokenizing U.S. treasuries. Here are a few that plays a part. Gold holdings. So that means the U.S. Treasury owns a large portion of the U.S.'s gold reserves, which are stored in vaults at the U.S. Mint and the New York Federal Reserve Bank. Gold value. The U.S. Treasury records the value of its gold reserves at 42.22 troy ounce. Gold storage and Fort Knox, West Point, Denver, the Federal Reserve Bank is where a lot of gold in the U.S. is stored. Just know and understand, we must have gold. No matter what you are hearing in dinar land, we must have gold to RV. If we exchange without gold and the dollar crashes, it's a moot point that we've waited for so long to exchange and the dollar crashes. What do you think will happen to all of the money you just exchanged for? But with gold, our money is protected. In a Goldilocks economy, see, a lot of people just think Goldilocks is just a name. Goldilocks is actually an economy. A Goldilocks economy is a gold standard economy. A Goldilocks economy is a state where the economy is growing at a moderate pace, inflation is low, and the monetary policy is market friendly. This is considered an ideal state for investing because stocks perform well and companies generate positive earnings in a Goldilocks economy. Gold is often seen as a hedge against inflation. When prices rise due to inflation, the price of gold also rises. Gold is also a safe haven during times of high uncertainty, such as geopolitical crisis. This is because gold doesn't default and offers a safe place to store your wealth. However, gold prices are also impacted by supply and demand. The demand side from central banks, companies, and individuals is what determines the price of gold. And yes, gold has been continuously rising and has continuously reached its all-time high over the last several months. And that is no coincidence because of the large amount of money by major institutions that are pumping money, tons of money into gold. Gold will set us free in a Goldilocks economy. Have you invested in any? Will you invest in gold? Something you may want to consider to protect your wealth. Be well, be kind, be golden. With unconditional love. Ciao.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.